Hello and welcome to another episode of today's GK. I am Pooja Devedi and in this segment we bring to you objective questions to help you crack prelims. So let's begin with the practice question of the last segment. Consider the following statements regarding PM Poshan scheme. It seeks to establish nutritional gardens in schools and it seeks to provide supplementary nutrition for children in aspirational districts. It seeks to implement the Tithi Bhojan concept. We have to select the correct statement. Many of you have answered it correctly in the comment segment. The correct answer to this question, as all of these statements are correct, is option D. Recently, the Union Cabinet has approved the Prime Minister Poshan Scheme or PM Poshan for providing one hot cooked meal in government and government aided schools. The government will provide nutritional gardens in schools. The gardens are being provided to offer additional micronutrients to students, and the new scheme has a provision for supplementary nutrition for children in aspirational districts and those with a high prevalence of anemia. It seeks to implement the Tithi Bhojan concept. Anemia is basically when the concentration of red blood cells or hemoglobin, which is important to carry oxygen and circulate oxygen in a human body, is lower than the normal level. So that is why a person feels very lethargic, tired and weak. Let's move forward and talk about the next question. Consider the following statements. The Jal Shakti Mission is the nodal ministry for the implementation of Jal Jeevan Mission. The ministry was created after merging ministries of water resources, river development and Ganga rejuvenation along with drinking water and sanitation. So we have to select the correct statement. Both these statements are correct. The correct answer is option C. The Prime Minister launched a newly designed Jal Jeevan Mission mobile application on October 2nd, 2021, that is on Gandhi Jayanti. The Jal Shakti Ministry is the nodal ministry for the implementation of Jal Jeevan Mission. Moving on, consider the following statements. Niti Aayog has started a nationwide campaign to celebrate Kamdhenu Deepawali Abhiyan. Kamdhenu Deepawali campaign seeks to manufacture eco-friendly firecrackers for Diwali. We have to select the correct statement. The first statement is incorrect because Rashtriya Kamdhenu Aayog has launched a nationwide campaign for Kamdhenu Deepawali Abhiyan celebration, and it seeks to use cow dung for making lamps, Deepavali lamps and Ganesh Lakshmi idols and not eco-friendly firecrackers. So the correct answer to this question is option D. Recently, Rashtriya Kamdhenu Aayog has started a nationwide campaign to celebrate Kamdhenu Deepawali Abhiyan, and Kamdhenu Deepawali campaign aims to manufacture and market more than 100 crore cow dung based Deepak lamps and Lakshmi Ganesh idols. Moving on, which of the following are included in state list of the Indian Constitution? Dispensaries, hospitals, medical education, drug administration. We have to select the correct answer. So yes, dispensaries and hospitals are in the state list, but drug administration and medical education, it is in the concurrent list. So the correct answer to this question is option A, that is 1 and 2 only. Policy making in the country's health sector is shaped by its federal structure and central state divisions of responsibilities and financing. Let's look at the state list. Public health and sanitation, hospitals and dispensaries are state subjects, which means the primary responsibility of their management and service delivery lie with the states. Union list, the center also invests in health services through centrally sponsored schemes such as the National Health Mission and Ayushman Bharat. The center plays an important role in vital statistics, medical education and drugs administration, among others, which are subjects in the concurrent list, as also in planning, policy making and funding for public health at state and national levels. Moving on, consider the following statements regarding DigiSaksham Programme. It is jointly launched by the Union Labour Ministry and Microsoft India. It will provide digital skills training to the job seekers of semi-urban areas belonging to disadvantaged communities. We have to select the correct statement. Both these statements are correct. The correct answer is option C. Recently, the Union Labour Ministry and Microsoft India have jointly launched a digital skilled platform, DigiSaksham, to enhance youth employability, which is an extension of the ongoing programs to support the youth from rural and semi-urban areas. Free of cost training in digital skills, including basic skills as well as advanced computing, will be provided to more than 3 lakh youths in the first year. Priority will be given to the job seekers of semi-urban areas belonging to disadvantaged communities, including those who have lost their jobs due to COVID-19 pandemic. Moving on, consider the following statements regarding One Sun, One World, One Grid. The idea behind the concept is a transnational electricity grid supplying solar power across the globe. It has been taken up under the Technical Assistance Program of the IMF. We have to select the correct statement. Now, the first statement is definitely correct, but the second is not, because instead of IMF, it should be the World Bank. Okay? So, first is correct, second is incorrect. The correct answer to this question is option A. India and the UK are likely to announce a joint declaration on One Sun, One World, One Grid at the upcoming Conference of Parties, that is COP26 at Glasgow. The idea behind the concept is a transnational electricity grid supplying solar power across the globe. It has been taken up under the Technical Assistance Program of the World Bank. Moving on, consider the following statements with respect to the Khadi and Village Industry Commission. It functions under the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. Project BOLD has been launched by KVIC. The state shall endeavour to promote cottage industry on an individual or cooperative basis in rural areas according to Article 44. Let's look at what do we have to find. We have to find the correct statements. KVIC has launched Project BOLD. So, this is correct. Having the plantation of bamboo, Bambusa tulda and Bambusa polymorpha, these two species on desertified land and degraded land by KVIC only. And it is under the aegis of Ministry of Small and Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise. And yes, third statement is incorrect, because here it should not be Article 44 but Article 43. So, third is incorrect, first is correct, second is correct. 1 and 2. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is 1 and 2 only, right? The PM has praised Khadi Village Industries Commission's initiative of world's largest Khadi national flag at a height of 225 feet and 150 feet width, displayed in Leh Ladakh as a tribute to Mahatma Gandhi. KVIC is a statutory body established under the KVIC Act of 1956, and KVIC launched a project named Bamboo Oasis on land in drought from the village Nichla Mandwa in Udaipur, Rajasthan. The state shall endeavour to promote cottage industries on an individual or cooperative basis in rural areas according to Article 43, that is in accordance with the Gandhian DPSP. Compensation cess, recently seen many times actually in the news, refers to which of the following? Now, it refers to option D, a cess levied to compensate the states for the loss of revenue arising due to the implementation of GST, Gross Goods and Services Tax revenue collection in September for sales in August rose 22.5% year on year to rupees 1,17,010 crore. Compensation cease actually is levied by the GST Act of 2017. Moving on, the object of levying the cess is to compensate the states for the loss of revenue arising due to implementation of GST on 1st July 2017 for a period of 5 years, or such period as recommended by the GST Council. Consider the following statements with respect to the military exercises of India. Exercise Peaceful was a part of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization in which Indian military contingent participated. Exercise Zapad 2021 was a joint military exercise between India, Russia, Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan. Mitra Shakti is a bilateral military exercise between India and Sri Lanka. We have to select the correct statement. First statement is definitely correct, that Exercise Peaceful Mission. This is actually a part of the SCO, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and Indian military did take part. Zapad is actually an exercise between multilateral exercise between 9 countries, and Uzbekistan is among the 9 countries. So the second is incorrect. Third is correct. Mitra Shakti is a bilateral military exercise between Sri Lanka and India. So the correct answer to this question should be option C, that is 1 and 3 only. India and Sri Lanka will carry out a 12-day military exercise from Monday with a focus on improving counter-insurgency and counter-terror cooperation. Exercise Peaceful Mission is a multilateral and joint counter-terrorism exercise which is conducted biennially as a part of military diplomacy between SCO member states. And ZIPAT 2021 is one of the theatre-level exercises of the Russian armed forces and will focus primarily on operation against terrorists. Mongolia, Armenia, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Serbia, Russia, India and Belarus are the participating countries, and Mitra Shakti is a bilateral military exercise between India and Sri Lanka. Moving forward, skimmer and booms, recently seen in the news, refers to which of the following? Skimmer and booms actually are relevant to option C, that is oil spill cleaners. Crews on Sunday deployed skimmers and floating barriers known as booms as they tried to stop oil from a massive spill in Southern California from further fouling the beaches, wildlife and protected wetlands of the area. Moving on, consider the following statements with respect to the temple entry movement. The movement began on 30th March 1924. Only Sri Narayan Guru supported the movement. E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar, Periyar, came from Tamil Nadu to support the movement and then he was arrested. So we have to select the incorrect statement. The movement, yes, it began on 30th March 1924. And when Periyar from Tamil Nadu came to Kerala to support the movement, he was arrested. But the second statement is incorrect because many other figures also supported this movement and not only Sri Narayan Guru. The correct answer to this question is option C, as we had to select the incorrect statement. Within days of a Dalit family being fined rupees 25,000 after a 3-year-old child entered a temple in Kopal district, a 24-year-old Dalit youth was fined rupees 11,000 for entering the premises of a temple in the same district. Vayagam Satyagraha or the temple entry movement was a movement in Travancore, modern-day Kerala, for temple entry of the depressed classes. The movement began on 30th March 1924 at the Vayagam Mahadev temple. There was a board that denied the entry of lower caste people. Those were known as Avarnas. Gandhiji, Chatampi Swamigalan, Sri Narayan Guru supported the movement. Moving on, E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar, Periyar, came from Tamil Nadu to support the movement and then he was arrested. Moving on to the practice question. Consider the following statements regarding the offshore trusts. The Indian Trust Act of 1961 gives legal basis to the concept of trust. Indian laws do not see trusts as a legal person or entity. So we have to select the correct statement. Okay, so that's it for today. Tomorrow we shall meet again with another segment. Until then, stay updated and thank you so much for watching.